Welcome back to the stream. We're continuing Super Danganronpa Another 2 today. Because I feel like it. That's why. 4 more days until Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. So that's exciting. Can I get my... And then put the keyboard on my lap so I can sit back and enjoy instead of, and relax while I read instead of Alright, so they wanted us to sleep. From the joy that the twins are with us and the anxiety from Kokoro. I put my body to sleep with those mixed feelings. It is officially 7 o'clock a.m. Wake up, everyone. Who is it this early in the morning? Hey, Sosie! Good morning, slept well? You're gonna eat breakfast. Come with us. Kanata's there too. She seems half asleep though. Aren't you energetic? Of course, I'm super glad that I gotta get along with you guys again. Everyone already left for the diner.
Hi!
Hello, good morning.
Good
morning. Piggy, comment, Rara, good morning. It's morning and you're already this lively? Of course, it's been so long since I ate with you guys. There was you guys who didn't show up. It's been ages since the diner was this full of people. I've prepared something special for you twins. Is that our disgusting Shibuya over there? I suddenly lost my appetite, so I'll be leaving you guys. Enjoy your meal. Is he trying to pick his fight with me? Mikado these days just disappears on his own. That was a good meal. Emma, you already finished? The steak is delicious. I lost my appetite because of Kokoro. Oh yeah, Coco fainted yesterday. Will she be okay? I went to her room, but there was no response. I guess we need to wait until she's awake. I guess I'll just search around for the time being. Emma looks distressed. I guess it's because she got friendly with Kokoro lately. So what happened to Kokoro? From the looks of it, she didn't get attacked by anybody, right? Well, who knows? As I said yesterday, she could have... Shut up, Kanade! Sorry, sis. She probably didn't get attacked, considering the rules of this game. If someone tried to attack her, they'd have to kill her, not just knock her out. Then, did she get sick or something? But Kokoro didn't seem ill the past few days. Maybe she got cursed. Oh, this is made out of wood, by the way. I'm just fiddling with it. Curse? What curse? They said that this island was cursed with ghosts and goblins. The records at the museum talk about people dying of a mysterious curse. Speaking of museums, did anyone go to the museum yesterday? I was jogging a while ago and I saw a glimpse of water trickling out from there, and when I entered, the statue was shattered into pieces. Water flew out of the statue to the outside of the exhibit. I was wondering who broke it. Isn't that damaging school property? I thought that's against school rules. Maybe it was Chiyobai or Mikado? Maybe the ghost of the statue woke up. Come to think of it, Kokoro did break part of the statue when we first arrived at the island. Kokoro was cursed because of that statue. No pulling my legs here, there ain't no darn thing as ghosts. I'm not too sure about that. Things like that don't exist, but we assume they do. We won't know what to believe anymore. That being said, the broken statue is a mystery. If someone among us there had broken it, we would have been executed for damaging school property. I'm not sure what relevance it may have with Kokoro. For now, let's begin a routing investigation. What if we get cursed by contacting Kokoro? Stop it, Roro! If you keep mentioning that story, I'll be mad. It's honestly scaring me. The mystery of the broken statue. Did a ghost get released like Iroha said? Unnerving events have been popping up left and right ever since Kokoro fainted yesterday. After the meal was over, we went to go check on Kokoro. She said she wasn't up yet, but perhaps everyone wanted some relief. But it was inefficient to cram everyone in the small room, so only a few others came along. Kokoro, Huh? The door is open. Did somebody go in? Does that mean Kokoro's now awake? Oh shit, she's gonna be dead. When we entered Kokoro's room, there was... Oh, hi. Oh, what's up with you? Kokoro, you woke... Wait, Siobai, why are you here? Is your body okay? Don't waste your breath. She can't speak anymore. What? Can't speak? What are you doing here? I was requested by this girl, so I examined her. I mean, I got the money and I did what I was told. Examination. I guess you did take care of Sora while she was sad, but what do you mean she can't speak? What reason do I have to tell you? Tell them. Coco was typing letters on her iPad. She has an iPad. Well, the client says so. She caught some rare endemic disease, so she can't use the vocal cords. I don't know how she got it, but her neck and even her spinal cord is damaged. She's disabled now. It's probably just a cold, just a lace disease. All that thinking stopped after Siobai gave his report. She was fine yesterday. Why would I turn her like this instead of killing her? I was just requested to examine her. He's lying, right? Come on, try speaking. Siobai, do you have any way to cure it? Well, I'm not a doctor. I just have some experience with patients in Southeast Asia, so I don't know its cure. It's some sort of rare disease. I guess she'll be better once she goes through some rehabilitation. It's alright. It's not like I'm gonna die. I'm startled myself, but if I'm alive, then there's still some hope. But you can't move or speak at all. Do you feel a bit better? I can't move my body, but other than that, I'm fine. Siobai was the only one with the medical information, so unfortunately I had to receive a medical examination from him. And you trusted him? You know he's a total psychopath with a knife and all, right? You can trust him if money's involved. It's fine. So, Miss Client, can I please leave now? I do think I earned my pay. No, that's more Taru's voices. His voice is, come on, man. He's like a hippie. Maybe it's my punishment for only caring about myself and not trusting you. First, we need to tell everyone. How are we going to tell this to Emma? Since I cannot move, can you at least help me with meals? Thank you. Now that my body's like this, I guess I need to pay more attention to health. Please leave the food in front of my door at 8, not 13. So 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 19 is 7 p.m. In front of the door, but you can't move. My upper body is okay, so I should crawl to the door. You want to make sure you're okay. Alright, then come in the food, but you must enter with Teruya Otori. He's confirmed to not be aboard. Though he's still suspicious, I guess he'll be safer than the others. Thanks, I only thought about myself up till now. No, it's thanks to you that we were able to make it through the last trial. So you're alive, so maybe a miracle hack could happen and you could recover. Let's go to the hospital, at least search for a cure. Thanks. My head is starting to ache, so I could please get some more rest? And also, I hope the routine investigation won't get... I'm fine, so don't mind me and investigate as always. I'll do whatever I can on my end. For things to turn out this way. Kokoro, what should we do? Yoriko, don't cry. She's not going to die. But it's so tragic. She was fine just yesterday. They say you can never predict the future, but this is too sudden. We should tell the others. Let's gather everyone to the cafe. Using the chat function of our handbooks, we gathered everyone to the diner, excluding Siobai and Makaido. So Coco can't move because of her disease, and we have to take turns with Terror from now on to provide meals for Kokoro. Why? Why do it have to be Kokoro? There's plenty of others. Well, a murder you can blame for the killer, but for a disease, it's something totally out of the grasp. Just when I'd gotten friendly with her, but we can't stand with our head down. She's not dead, and there's still a chance it could be cured. She didn't want this to affect the investigation in any way. She was always like that. She'd seem distant to us, but in dire times she'd worry about us. Kokoro, you truly are something. Kokoro! I will do my best until Kokoro is healed. If it's money, I have endless amounts of it. I will heal her no matter what. I'm with you. If it means healing her, I'll do anything. But to do that, we need to get out of here, right? Let's give our 10,000% effort on investigating this place. We need to get out of here. That's right. When trouble comes, we need to become stronger. Hope always exists among despair. Ironically, Kokoro's situation has made us come together more and give us our all. Our relationship had grown deeper, like the first-class trial had never happened. I guess Kokoro was trying to help us, even when this situation moved us all. It was already lunchtime, so we headed to Koko's room with Teruya. There's no particular order, just a few volunteers. Yoriko, Setsuka, and Teruya had gone to her room. Ding dong, ding dong. I truly felt everyone's motivation. I feel like I've known them for a lifetime. For Kokoro's sake, we have to investigate more. Let's go. Emma's here, so we'll probably hang out with her if Setsuka isn't available. I don't know why it's always fucking Setsuka. Okay, Yoriko's here. How many monocoins do I have? Not enough. Hi, Setsuka. Rora, if you have some spare time, why don't we take a break? Sounds good to me. Another to get. Internet, would we like to load? Here, 2 SDR2 gift guide. Question mark. I shared a friendly conversation with Setsuka. You angelic face, you gained 30 experience. Oh right, you like the flavors. The candy pieces. Huh? Is it a gift? No, it is. Oh, you know what I love? It's so pretty. Come and give your big sister a little kiss. Rara, can I see you for a moment? I just wondered if you'd be okay with coming with me in my room for a minute. Oh, the big sis shit is gonna be awkward when you fucking give me your underwear. Wow, so this is your room. Wouldn't you be able to play billiards here? It might have been more comfortable than the game room. All of these are just models. The balls don't even roll. Yeah, Rara, do you want to become my sibling? Let's become blood sisters. After listening to all you had to say the other day, I felt all the frustration in my mind disappear. How about it? Big sis. That's right, Rara. I'm your big sister. Well, I see. I come off pretty laid back. My personality is a long-running and healthy form of self-defense. I've been listening to constant bullying that's come as a result from my right eye. You're the first one to look at the eye and say it's pretty. I'm extremely thankful, Rara. Big sis moment. Let's go! I could feel genuine trust and earnestness in this rating. I feel an unbreakable bond. Alright, now give me your panties, big sis. This game fucking sucks. She a back shot. Let's go hang out with Emma. Or do I have the right gifts for Emma? Yeah, I do. Emma likes those. What are you doing? You've been here, Kokoro. You want to talk for a bit? I don't mind. I passed some time sharing a leisurely conversation with Emma. Would you like to give Emma a gift? You giving me this? Did you see my wish list? This is exactly what I've been wanting. Thank you. And so the protagonist, Holy Queen, will get in this complex love-hate relationship with the villain, Kerjo. I see, but you spoiled the plot again. Sorry, I got too observant in it. You really seem to like movies. You can get both fame and wealth while doing what you truly enjoy. Me making video games? Aren't most ultimates from most people counting? Well, I lost my memories, and I don't remember anything about my talent. You have amnesia. That's so sad. You definitely would have remembered watching one of my films if your memories were intact. Is there any way you can help me gain new memories? I think they might return if I get 1,000,000 yen. No, I was joking. Still, we need to escape this island first, and I won't take any cash. I won't be able to pay it back, plus it's burdensome. Please do not turn it down. You can never ignore the power of money. Let me know if there's any other things I can help with. Do you think you're more extravagant with your money? I understand it was for me, but last time you offered money for just spoiling a movie plot. No, it's because you're my friend. Won't mind spending a ton for my friend. And you have to spend money when you can. I don't want to go back, ever again. Nothing. Anyway, if you're having to help, tell me without reservation. That's a bit sussy-wussy of you. There wasn't much progress today. Coco seems to be eating. Tomorrow I'll pay her a visit, so I should sleep for tonight. It's morning already. I feel like the entire night went by in an instant. My motivation from yesterday hasn't gone, so I decided to investigate as soon as breakfast ends. We decided he was going to visit Kokoro and deliver a meal, and this time Iroha and I would be the ones to do that. Of course, Teruya would go with us. Kokoro, we brought you your meal. It's me, Sora, and Iroha. Can we come in? For door being unlocked. She said it could be done from the inside with a remote controller. Good morning, Kokoro. Good morning. See, how's your condition? I feel lively as ever. Thank you for bringing the meals every day. Everyone's been eager to investigate. If we escape this island, we might be able to clear illness. I'll have the foundation offer you as my... That foundation? Do you mean the Kisaragi Foundation? I can't explain a whole lot about it because my memory's kind of blurry. Anyway, Kokoro, you just said it, but you look a lot more energetic than I thought. Aren't you uncomfortable with that? If I ever got in a situation like you, that would be terrible. Not really. I wasn't an outgoing person to start with. I like to be immersed in thought while lying down, so it's not a big problem. But of course I would prefer to be free from this illness. I don't have enough information about this disease, but it does pique my interest. It wasn't pleasant when I first contracted it, but now I mostly feel aside from a few occasional fevers. I'm planning to write a research paper on this disease when I escape this island. I do feel bored from lying in bed all day. I'd appreciate it if you bring some books from the library with your next visit. Thanks. Teruya, I feel like this task is quite cumbersome for you, since you're obligated to come every time. Not a new problem. You're the first person to help me when I was standing there with memory loss. You can think of it in a way for paying you back. Teruya, you're blushing. Did you really have to point that out? Lol. She looks pretty talkative when she's typing on that device. I didn't know because she was quiet all the times on the chat room. It adds more humor when you say those things with a straight face. She seemed just fine unexpectedly. Everyone seemed to get along, and even Hibiki and Kanade are doing their best during the investigation. If we find a clue through this, then things would truly be looking up. More free time? Why are you always here, Emma? That's kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I get you care about your friend, but it's a bit sussy. You giving me this? Did you see my wish list? Emma, I want to ask you something. You work as an actress in Hollywood. Does that mean you travel back and forth between Japan and America? No, my family lives in America. Both my parents are British, but they reside in the United States. I'm a foster child. My current parents adopted me in their family, so I have British citizenship. If it doesn't bother you, what happened to your real parents? Who knows? They're probably dead. I don't know anything about my real parents, and even if I did, they don't deserve to be my parents. I don't want to talk about it right now. I love the parents I have right now. It's all thanks to them that I became an actress. My adoptive parents, they're my real parents. They treat me like I'm their own daughter. Is there any problem being okay with that? That's true. Doesn't it? I knew you would understand this, Sora. After all that talk with my parents, I really want to see them. They were worried about me going to Japan by myself to enter Hope's Peak, and now I got into this mess. When we get out of here, I'll introduce you to my parents. I'm always busy following my schedule, as I never got to introduce a friend to them. Please allow me if you won't mind. I did get slightly spoiled for the end of this game, but I don't care. I want to keep playing because I really like it. I'm having fun with it. giving me this? Did you see my wish list? Don't tell me you're an Esper. Sora, would you mind to be interested in coming over to my room for your tea? I hit the jackpot with these fancy tea leaves I found in the Mart warehouse. Let's go. I did get a little spoil on this game though, which is unfortunate, but on like the ending, but that's okay because I still don't know a bunch of things. Thinking of drinking tea with you. I've always wanted to drink a girl pot. This tea is especially luxury brand from my beloved homeland, Britain. Even just a single cup costs a fortune. Wouldn't Japan technically be your homeland? No, Britain is my homeland. What happened after you're adopted by your British parents? It's so strange to be attached to them. Yeah, what? Why do you want to know that? Being the truth will only make you hate me. I could never hate you. I want to be friends with that, Emma. I'm still me. I've always been under the impression that everyone who tries to befriend me just wants the benefit. You're the first person that ever said that. I'll tell you, but only because of the tea. Don't go spreading rumors. Look here. Oh, ow. Isn't it just terrible? Both my arms looking like this. I used to be my father's ashtray? What? I really wanted to join in on the beach party we had when we first met, but I couldn't. I couldn't wear a swimsuit if I don't have something like a shirt to wear on top of it. My life before my adopted family was nothing more than a living hell. I never got to meet my mother. It was just the two of us. My father, a gambling alcoholic who could never be seen without a cigarette in his hand, and me. And you obviously can't expect that person. He had me gather and sell rubbish in the streets for it. If I refused to listen or said no, he'd put out his cigarettes on my bare arm. That man called his own daughter his ashtray. To get us some cash, go get us some cash, ashtray. Hurry up and get me another bottle, ashtray. Hold out your arm, ashtray. Time for some discipline. Oh! Calm down, I'm here for you. You don't have to strain yourself to tell me about it. I keep going. I'm sorry to cause such a... I want to tell you everything because you mean so much to me as my first friend. It was a horrible time. I tried to resist and stand my ground, but the only thing I got out of it were more burns and speck on my arm. How could some little kid overpower... I finally gave in and did everything he told me to. If I didn't do, he'd char my arm. If I ever cried, he'd char my arm. I learned to hold back my tears and comply like some sort of doll. I only survived by wearing a mask each day, concealing my feelings. I used to be thought about running away, but we lived in an extremely impoverished slum. Even that house was safer than outside. Saying to eventually die at the hands of my father or run away to be killed by the beggars of my street. Now I know about your struggles. Yes, it was a great fortune. Eventually the slum became demolition into some sort of project. Two people have invested in it. A British couple found and adopted me, and after that I made to Hollywood with my name known as with my fresh and breathing talent. My new parents behind me every step of the way. That's the end of my story. Back then I couldn't care less about stealing or trespassing. I won't blame you. Nobody blames you for it. Why would someone blame me? This is the first time I've talked about them that usually if I'm forced to panic attacks happen, but I still feel a sort of kinship with you, Sora. All I did was listen to you, nothing big. And sorry, it's not something I should have been hiding from the very beginning. I'll tell you everything from now on. Thank you for taking the time to tell me your personal story. You got Emma's panties. After chatting with Emma, I returned to my room. Alright, who should we go do next? We did you, and we did you, and you. These four. I kind of want to hang out with... Oh, and you. I kind of want to hang out with the twins. Either that or Yuki or Shiobai. What are their skills? I'll get... Yeah, let's go do Shiobai. What are Shiobai's favorite gifts? You probably like the swords and stuff, right? No, actually, let's go do the twins, and then we'll do no, Yeah, I want to go do Shiobai. What are Shiobai's gifts? Yeah, you like the swords and stuff. Alright, let's go hang out with Shiobai. I think he's funny. Now the problem is finding him. you are. Hi, Siobai. What? Wow, what an annoying girl. I thought I told you to go away. What is this? Not bad. I'll gladly take it. This is free, right? Don't expect any refunds or returns yet. Yeah. It's been more than 2 weeks since I've woken up and met everyone on this island. Since I have no memory, it would probably be more painful than anything I can imagine. I know the twins die, chapter 3. I also got spoiled on that. It's morning. I guess I should first head to breakfast to eat dinner with everyone. Eat breakfast. What? I should first head to eat breakfast to eat dinner with everyone. Welcome, Sora. It isn't her first, right? It's been a while since we last had breakfast. You haven't had much of an appetite lately, right? I'm not hungry, but I can't stop forever. The food is delicious. Coco is still the same as always? Yeah, her body doesn't seem to be getting any better, but she's the same as always. We've checked everything. Mannerism, man. What? We've made no progress. Yeah, please spare my life. Being that a week has passed, why isn't Ray showing up? What is the Foundation do? I'm telling you, that woman was killed. Nonsense. The Foundation will definitely save us. Don't give up. We might have missed something, so search once more. Our Biki's cheering us up. She's right. No more negative talk. We have plenty of time to spare anyway. We're on a no-death streak for a week, so maybe we can worry less about the boys and Roro, sometimes your attitude bothers me. Could you please stop it? Has anyone ever seen Kokoro since this morning? She's stuck in her room. Well, when we went to her room last supper, there was no answer, so we just left the door in front of her room. She always opened the door for Emilio, so I got kind of worried. There was no food when I passed there last night, though, right? Maybe she was just resting when you guys went there. Now that our breakfast is over, let's start the investigation. Who's gonna bring Coco's breakfast this time? Tyria, you're free to go now, right? The nothingness, despite our efforts, was enough to lower our spirits little by little. Everyone seemed to feel that things might become rough again if we don't gain any progress. More free time? So I'm gonna go hang out with the twins. So I don't know what type of stuff they like. Oh, y'all like a lot of things. Here they are. It's pretty tiring to just investigate. Right. Sosie, what happened? Talk out of mind with my sister. Yeah, let's chat. I spent time playing with them. A gift for me. Can I have such a thing? Thank you. I'll give something to Hibiki next time. Oh, you have to go back and forth. Hey, Sosie. Hi. Hello. What you up to? Well, I was just wandering around the island. That means you're not doing anything, right? Play? Aren't you going to investigate? Managing friendship is just as necessary in a situation like this. Well, it's important to get with each other. Important. Right? You totally get it. So then, what are we playing? Put me on the spot like that. I want to... Oh, right. I have something I need to do quickly for my classes. About profiles. I want to maximize my time trying to, maximize my free time, and old guy seems like someone who will live this whole time. What do you want to play? Harass Kanade. How about tag? That's a good one. How do you know I'm the best at games like that? I always knew you and I were totally in sync. The twins seem happy. You're obviously fine with that, right, Kanade? Let's play then. Should we decide with rock, paper, scissors? What a dumb question. If you get caught up, you're it. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I've spent time playing tag with them. Friend! In an instant, morning had passed. After lunch, I went with Teruya to go bring her food. Coco, we brought you for your lungs. Please open the door. Coco, you there? Why isn't she answering? Maybe she's still asleep. Wait a second. Isn't this the breakfast Yoriko bought in the morning? She hasn't touched a thing. It's the same state we left it. When I came by here with Yoriko, there was no answer, so we assumed she was sleeping. This is the third time in a row she didn't answer, but technically Yoriko said she seemed to have eaten her food last night. I've got a bad feeling about this. The one I felt so many times. The feeling I felt before something bad happens. The untouched breakfast. My brain started to think of the possibilities of what this must mean. Maybe something happened to her? Oh, you're alive. I heard the ruckus from downstairs. Is something up? Something might have happened to Kokoro. She didn't answer since yesterday morning. Coco, you there? Open up. What should we do? Is there any way we can open the door? The rules list forbid us from breaking the door down. There's a way. Monocro, you foul sparrow! A foul sparrow? How disgraceful. I am the highest crow. Open the door. You can't open the door. She isn't responding to us. Are you going to take responsibility if something happens to her? What? You're a teacher, and you're just going to let your student be in danger? You're most definitely right. Well, I'd be a bit too late on that. For further reference purposes, let me say it's allowed to break down the door. The rules are strict, but it'll be forgiven to break them in certain situations. For example, a murder. Since you did go out of your way to call me, I'll open the door this time. Oh, she's dead. No. Chiaki, no. What's this scheme? It's freezing. We did our best to ignore that comment and tell ourselves everything would be fine. Fucking froze her in her bed? What the fuck? Oh, fucking nude too? What the fuck? I didn't expect her to die this early. I thought she would, like, live to the end. What the fuck? They fucking stripped her nude before... What the fuck? How much time had passed? As soon as we entered the room, the body discovery came on. The screams of others, the dreadful despair. It felt like I was going unconscious. When I came to, all the students were gathered in Kokoro's room, including Monocro. No, this isn't real. Please tell me I'm dreaming. Don't cry, sis. You'll live longer if you smile a lot. Smile? You would smile at a time like this. What's the matter? I was just consoling my sis. Dang it. Where should you go sorry? Why was this useless? I can't believe this. I thought I'd finally seen the last of these murders. Kokoro's room was a mess. Maybe it's been almost 10 days since Yuri's death, but everyone was starting to worry less about the murders. Maybe the atmosphere, because Kokoro was with us longer, and we were closer to her than we were with Yuri. The situation was much worse than Yuri's. Is there anything we can cover up like this? I don't want to lie here with no clothes on.
Nah.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Touching your bones like nothing? You little, I won't let you say. Please, what if that girl does something to her body while pretending to cover up like that? Silver's right. I understand you're mourning since there was a murder, we gotta do that thing again. Well, it's the heart-throbbing fun for the whole family class trial. That's right, it's time for a class trial, the time where I get to spend time with my dear friends. Mikado, you should just shut up. So class trial, does that mean the killer's one of us again, or the one who murdered Kokoro? We were fine for over 10 days after Yuri's death. We were all beginning to trust each other again. There's no special motive, or reason to commit such a thing. It's the Voids. There's no one but the Voids who would have murdered Koko. Of course, they're the root of all this. Was it all for nothing? Efforts to help change the three Voids among us. Was it not enough? Did our naive thoughts end up killing Kokoro? Okay, right off the bat, my suspect is on, you. The dude. Buddy. They're on, Reporter Man. Wait, that can't be. That's strange. And might I ask what's strange? Kokoro was killed by the curse. A class trial was supposed to happen. Are you talking about that curse? They're frozen without any hands or feet. The Yuki-onna must have taken them. They freeze and cut off the person that they spiked. A curse. I didn't know it. I know it doesn't exist. I'd rather it did. It was better than thinking one of us killed her. If one of us, could we find out in the class trial? Last time we couldn't have done anything without Kokoro. Everyone, you give up on trying to think. What's to be expected? The past few days, you've all given up on logical thinking. We can't do it without Kokoro. This is the work of the curse. These are the words of people who have given up on thinking it on their own. There are plenty of other examples as well. Let's stop doubting and trust everyone. What a foolish thought. Humans are far more intelligent than that. What do you want us to do then? You're the cause of all this. I don't think you have the right to say that. These students have done their best. They fought hard and came up with many ideas. Well, you have it wrong. I didn't say that was a bad thing. Humans are intelligent, but also decisive. If you choose not to think at all, that would be boring. And that wouldn't create a proper class trial, so let me offer you some motivation. If you successfully pass the class trial, I'll give you a present. Shut up, Mikado. We don't want your damn present. There's no other choice. If we don't, we all die. We've done this once before. I know we can't run away from this. So he's right, and Mikado has a point. It's been bugging me all this time, and maybe we did give up on thinking. What's the matter, Nikki? I'm saying it might have been a wrong decision. Let's do this talk when the trial is over. First, we'll need to do this or we'll all be killed. You have to go through that again? That dreadful class trial? We'll die, all of us. Come on, sis, you can't give up that easily, right? Let's do this. We must, for Kokoro's sake. For her sake, we can't give up. We'll win the class trial. Everyone, focus on that now. You right, dang it! We can't think about the other things later. Let's get this trial over with right now. My suspects are the actress and the reporter. Yeah, if we can do this together, we'll definitely make it. This took longer than last time. Then for your courage, I present you the monoprofile too. It means it's literally the second one. Now I'll give you about 1 hour to investigate. If we don't do this, we'll all die. The merciless rule of this class trial forces us to more towards instead of giving up. We'll do this to survive. Well then, let's start the investigation. Everyone, can I have a moment? I would like to request somebody to guard the body again. I think 2 would be enough. This room's quite small. I requested 3 last time because Hajime was being so suspicious. He was? I'll get the seat this time. I'd like the other person. I want to investigate the body along with guarding the scene and all. Then why don't I be the favor? Yoriko, a bit unreliable, but I guess you'll do. Thank you. Now let's start the investigation. Isn't Kanade acting a bit weird? She switches up a lot. Don't worry, Teruya. Where to start? It's pretty hard to just pick a starting spot like last time. I can't stand you doing nothing. I won't die on this island. Where to start? How about reading the monoprofile first? The victim, time of death is unknown. Location of death is Koko Mitsume's room. Both hands and feet have been cut off and are missing. There's also 2nd and 3rd degree frostbite all over the body, causing necrosis to the cell. Other possible causes of death are destruction of the cellular tissues due to hypothermia or frostbite. There may be additional signs. I knew it right away due to the extremely cold air. She froze to death, but this monoprofile seems strange. Don't you think there's something strange about this monoprofile? It says the time of death is unknown, where unlike the Yuri's time of death. Also, the exact cause of death is unknown, since it says possible cause of death. Why are these left so ambiguous? I couldn't help but feel strange, but Yoriko is right. The corpse was lying down in the bed like a block of ice. Who killed you? Who would have been able to figure out the culprit without would we be able to figure out the culprit without her help? No, we can't be in a state of despair, even without Kokoro. Kokoro, if you'll excuse me, I'll need to touch around your body. Hold on, I need to search something. Okay, it's just something regarding Twitch. If you excuse me, I need to touch around your body. The corpse was froze, and she was wearing only her underwear. It was an appalling sight, but the culprit may have left some evidence behind. If they're about to say they did what I think they did, I'm going to be pissed. The cause of death is freezing for sure, but since the Monaco file mentioned that there should be other causes, in reality, Koko's hands and feet were nearly cut off. This may be the direct cause of death, but nothing's confirmed yet. There are no identifiable injuries. It's hard to notice singularities in the first place due to the corpse being frozen. Are you investigating the corpse? Did you find anything? Not at the moment. I have a question though. Why is she wearing only her underwear? Why would the culprit take off her clothes in the first place? Maybe it's so she can freeze as fast as... I feel really sorry for her. I don't want to die like this. I don't know who the culprit is. To leave Coco in such a horrible state like this, it's unforgivable. I wish I could cover with a blanket, but thinking logically, there could be evidence found on the corpse. In fact, you're investigating the corpse too. Did you investigate the bed? We found bloodstains disconnected from the hands and feet. No, dry bloodstains. It looks some time have passed for these bloodstains to dry. The color proves that. So what are those bloodstains? It doesn't seem like it's disconnected from the hands and feet. Ah! From the looks of it, the blood is of the disconnected section of hands and feet is frozen as they started to melt. The hands and feet were cut after Coco completely froze. Then these bloodstains are from before Coco was frozen. So she had to have some other injury. I can't figure it out with only this. Can you see I'm trying my best to figure things out? Sora, how's your progress? I'm still stuck. Me too. We should keep investigating. Okay, I wanted to ask you something, Yuki. You said this morning that Coco didn't open her door when you brought her food, right? Can you give me a recount of that situation? It's just like what I said in the morning. After dinner last night, I suggested that to Emma. When Emma was always leaving first after she finished her meal, I didn't have a chance to talk to her. So I suggested going to visit Kokoro together. I think Coco just died before last night. I think she died before last night and the killer took the plate of food that was set out before for dinner. My, what a brave move on your part. Are you sure there wasn't any personal feelings involved? Emma was in the base shape because of Kokoro, and she was looking for somebody to join her to visit Kokoro anyways. That's how the three of us went to go visit Kokoro with her supper. She told us she didn't answer when we called her, even when we told her Taria was there. When we assumed there was still no answer, we just assumed you'd been sleeping, so we left the supper in front of her door and left. It'd be logical to assume that she was already dead at that point. I doubt that. Remember Yoriko's words? The supper we left on her doorstep had been removed that night. Oh yeah, perfect timing. Is it true that the food at Yoriko's doorstep was gone by last night? Well yeah, that's what I saw. I told you that this morning. Is Yoriko brought today's morning meal, right? What did you do this morning? I just did the food and did my usual stuff. I went with Taria, and when I went there was no answer. So just like Yuki, I left the food there and went straight back to the village. The village? What for? I always practice cooking in the morning at village. I have the one day we won't have to rely on Makaido's cooking. But the breakfast that Yoriko left is still here untouched on the doorstep. From the clues from the meals, it's almost certain Kokoro died this morning. What's with those looks? Are you guys suspecting me? Not one bit. It's useless to suspect someone when the trial hasn't even started. Yuki, we need more clues for now. The only time anyone would have been able to enter this room is during the 3 scheduled visits. Excluding just now when we found Koko's corpse, the possible times are this morning and yesterday evening. Yoko and Yuki's account on those 2 visits might come in handy. I should write this down. This is a drum container. What is this doing in Kokoro's rooms? The drum container is labeled with the letters caution, liquid nitrogen. That can freeze objects in an instant. After opening the lid and touching inside, I found that it was empty. It was empty, that means someone used it. I feel like this is an important clue. Sora, what are you doing? Setsuko, look, I found another clue. It's liquid nitrogen. The culprit must have used this to freeze Kokoro. using liquid nitrogen to freeze Kokoro. Don't you think so? Yeah. If they use liquid nitrogen, there must be some traces left somewhere. Can y'all see me down here? Okay, yes you can. What do you mean? If they put Coco on the bed and poured liquid nitrogen on her, the sheets in the bed should have been frozen as well. But there aren't any frozen traces anywhere, let alone on the bed. Only the air is freezing. Maybe they poured it into, like, the fan or something? If they didn't pour on her, maybe they could have dunked her into the container? If that's the case, they wouldn't be able to pour her out. Her hands would have been frozen the instant they put in the container. If they put her on the floor would be completely frozen. And the container's empty, right? If they dipped her in, there'd still be some inside.
Nani?
I didn't see what that said. After hearing Setsuko's words, it does seem like something is suspicious about the container. Oh, Sora, how's the investigation going? Aren't you being mean? Especially when I found a clue just for you. Here, take a look at this. What's this? Dry ice? It's an open bag of dry ice. I found it on the floor. So is this how they freeze Kokoro? Yeah, wouldn't it be difficult to freeze someone with just these? You could partially freeze some parts, but this is a solid material. Definitely not enough to completely freeze Kokoro's whole body. But the fact that this open bag exists means that it must have been used somehow. Maybe the low temperature of this room is proof that. Maybe they put the dry ice into the nitrogen? It'd definitely be hard to freeze the body. That making like a blast of cold air, maybe? The fact that it exists. Considering the cold air and white mist that was here, is it possible that they use it to lower the room's temperature? Sora, since I'm the one who found this, could I have a thank you or something? Ah, the student handbook. I checked my pockets when it was wearing, but mine was safely touched with my stomach. I think it's probably Kokoro's. The handbook is making things so much more complicated. Think about it, our rooms can only be opened by those in our handbook. The handbook is inside the room, and yet Kokoro was killed inside of the room. So the key in the room was inside the room, a locked room mystery, and Kokoro would never open the door if it's not for her meals. That means someone who was here for food used that chance to kill Kokoro. That would be impossible. It'd be possible if one person visited her, but including Teruya, there was always more than 2 people who visited her. But there are no other ways to enter these rooms, and the only possible time is during mealtime. The fact that Teruya's one of them means it couldn't be all 3 voids. Nikki, maybe if someone had stolen the handbook, couldn't they enter whatever they wanted? They could have snatched the handbook while giving her food. Then they could... That's not possible either. So what if they steal it? You can't turn it on if you don't have the owner's fingerprints. Even if you happen to leave the handbook still powered on, it automatically enters sleep mode after a certain amount of time. So unless you plan to re-enter right after, you won't be able to enter the room. Anyway, if we don't solve the trick behind this locked room mystery, this will be a difficult trial. You can't enter the rooms without the handbook. If you can't enter the rooms without the handbook, then how did the culprit enter Kokoro's room? A refrigerator. Maybe there's some kind of clue inside here? Nothing special to note. Wait, that was perfectly timed. I thought it was a normal refrigerator, but I soon found some oddities within its structure. The divider is a bit tilted. It looks slightly unnatural, almost like it was placed roughly. So this divider was removable. Have you noticed that too? Are you talking about the refrigerator dividers? It does look a bit suspicious, but I doubt it'll be an important clue. I keep accidentally hitting the Windows key. No, not that. Don't try and miss it. The dying message. I searched the inside again, but I didn't see any dying message. Sora, you're denser than you look. See the bottom compartment over there? Are you talking about these icicles? Yep, this is Kokoro's dying message. I thought these were just frozen icicles. We can deduce 2 facts. First, the refrigerator's output is at maximum power. The refrigerators in our room can be set to instant freezing or defrosting modes depending on its output powers. This particular refrigerator is set to instant freezing mode. Second, Kokoro used these icicles to leave a dying message. Take a closer look at these icicles. The icicles had small carvings in their lower. It says F-O-O-L-E. but this was engraved, deliberately engraved by someone. 2 of those 8 icicles are overlapped. The longer one had penetrated the small one, and the peace icicle has a smaller one, has not an F and O, but an F and I engraved on it. Fofi? I have to agree, but how do you know that this is the dying message? The icicles were lined up in an unnatural way. The refrigerator being on instant freezing mode was suspicious as well. Does the dying message have any other meaning? I can't tell you right now, as I'm not completely sure. But don't worry, I'm sure they figured it out before the trial. This is the dying message, the message that hints who the killer is. Although, I'm not sure who it means, I couldn't leave it all to Kanade. We should figure it out together at the trial. How are they placed? I think I searched every part of that room. Where should I go next? Whoa, Sora, what you doing there? Standing still. I was just wondering, weren't you supposed to guard the crime scene? I was taking a quick bathroom break. I wouldn't want to wet my pants during the trial, so I left the crime scene to a beaky.
Nah.
Perfect timing. You over there, man. Sora, I think he's calling you. You, artist. Yeah, you, airhead girl. You, man. Why me? I think it's the first time you're talking to me. I'm gonna take a nap in my room for a sec, so wake me up when the trial starts. I don't know why you're asking me. If I say something, then do it before I do something to your precious life. Out of your mind? Investigation? Why even bother when I already know who done it? What do you mean by knowing who done it? The culprit slipped a huge mistake in their words in front of only me. Why am I telling you this? Anyway, go to the airhead girl and wake me up on it. If she doesn't, you're next. It doesn't seem like he's lying, even if he knows who the Black End is. If we continue to rely on him, I'll ignore his words and solve this on my own terms. How'd he go? He left after telling me to ask you to wake him up. I got so scared I accepted it without a thought, but I'm not going. Never. What's with that attitude? Ignoring others as you please. Maybe it'll be better to leave him here so he'll be punished by death for not joining the trial. I'm joking. Don't take it so seriously. I go off to other places now. Don't make those jokes when someone's just been murdered. So, in front of only them. So... Whoa, Sora, good as usual. Am I Yakuza? What's with that meeting? Moreover, Shinji, what are you doing here? This is the door to the balcony. Well, when I went jogging this morning, I found something at the balcony. I saw something like a white, long cloth going towards the balcony. So I thought I'd find something here, but I didn't find anything. The balcony. Would it be possible to leave the monocruise through the balcony? The windows are all closed here, so this is the only way out other than the main entrance. It has the proper structure. Even if the sea's below, the water level's quite low, so if you fall in the waters below, you'll get some... Couldn't you use some rope to pull yourself down? Anyway, I'll write this down. I'll be leaving then. Where are you off to? I already thought about my next destination. A place that came in mind thanks to you. The exhibit. Shinji said that the Ice Woman statue here was broken a few days ago. I don't know if it was because of that. Excluding the broken ice statue, there wasn't anything to look at. Maybe I don't have talent in investigation like Kanade said. The changing room. Since I'm already here, maybe I'll check this place. Oh, that scared me. Oh, it's you. You scared me standing in front of the door like that. Did you go inside the changing room? Yeah, I was gonna check the items list for the changing room. There's a checklist of the various items here in the room. I just checked to see if there's anything missing. Well, there weren't any. The item list also exists in other rooms, like the convenience store and the gym. It's hard to notice if you're not paying attention to it. Anyway, I was checking them one by one. This is the last one. You've been checking them all one by one? Yeah, I always do. Churia, are you some kind of freak? Actually, as soon as I heard the word killing game, I felt the need to check it daily. I had a hunch that something bad might happen if I don't. I wonder if there's any point in that. But good work anyway, so nothing's wrong with that. I did find one weird thing. One of the wigs had some shards on it or something. I don't know how it got here. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. It might not be relevant to the case at all. I mean, Coco was killed in her room, so why would there be a clue this far away? I'm just here to check the items list, so why are you here? Well, I think that was enough time. I'll now end the investigation. Everyone, please start... Everyone, immediately enter to the trial ground from the first floor. If you're late, you have a hefty punishment waiting for you. Gosh, Shirya, I don't think we have any time to be talking about this. I thought for sure there was going to be something at the party, like that we had. At the concert. Sorry I'm late. Am I last place again? Nope, Iroha and Shiobai.
けど
That being said, to come back to this place again, tell me about it. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for any murderers. To think we'd have another victim. If Koro wasn't here, well, don't worry sis, I'll take care of everything. Chiriya, you got plenty of experience with the class trial thing. Yeah. This has nothing to do with experience. I don't have any memory as well, and it might sound a bit irresponsible, but I'm not the brightest person. Ray McCarran, now she's a girl you can rely on, but I'll do my best. I've changed since then. Guess who doesn't have any high expectations for you? Me! What's up with Iroha and Shiobai? I've got to say, what an unlikely duo. Iroha's off to wake up Shiobai. Shiobai said he was going to take a nap until the class trial starts. He has nothing more to investigate. How should I say this? He looked pretty relaxed. Says he already figured out who did it. I can't forgive that kind of attitude. There's also the chance he's actually the culprit and he's bluffing. Whatever the cause may be, he was still napping while everyone was investigating for their lives. It's nothing new. That person was sleeping through the trial last time as well. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh. You, Shiobai, enough of your arrogant acts. We're the last ones here, right? Let's get moving. Moving my ass. You always do nothing. Why are you late, Iroha? Sorry, Shiobai, he doesn't look like the easy wake up. This case is easy anyways. You can't take it all by yourselves. I need to go over all the deals I'll be managing when I leave this place. Listen to me! Sora's right. It isn't the first time Shiobai was like this. Just ignore him like we do with Mikado. Why would you ignore such a precious friend? But I can't stand that kind of attitude. Shinji, this isn't the time to keep your head cool. You should never ever act emotionally and irrationally in class trials.
Oh!
Right, if everyone says so, I'll calm... Right, if everyone says so, I'll calm down. Chiriya, you feel like a true mentor. Is that a compliment? A bit late because of some students, but we should get things started. And is everyone ready? I'll be waiting for you in the trial grounds. So, starting again. We can avoid this anyway, and we did what we can. We need to end this by talking about what we investigated. When the trial ends, at least one of us won't be back up here again. Yeah, you guys are right. I said I'm going to trust you again. It's because I trust you that I suspect you. To find the culprit and survive with everyone. Guys, I have a favor to ask you. I really like Coco. At first I just wanted to talk to her, but she listened to me in my heart. I want to find the bastard who killed her. Please lend me your strength. You don't need to be so formal. If we talk positively, we can go through everything. Well, to be serious, if we don't do this, we'll end up being dead meat anyway. Don't you dare interrupt this touching moment, Mikado. Emma, if Coco didn't die, she definitely would have joined us in the end, because you were there for her. It's a bit too late for that now, though. Thank you, everyone. Now, let's go and put an end to this. As Emma said, we all feel the same, except for a few. We were able to solve the last class trial when it seemed impossible. We can do it again. That's what we're going to believe. Oh, I forgot about those. Ah, are you okay? My stomach is shaking, but I have to do it. He does nothing. Just like last time, the elevator made an unmoving sound and slowly made its way underground. Everyone kept silent as we all agreed to. There is now an unspoken rule that this elevator was a place to ready our hearts. The elevator descends as we ponder these thoughts, and before it finally arrives at the class trial. You've come! I've been waiting! This place seems a bit different. It'd be boring if it was the same always, eh? So for amusement, I've changed the design. Amusement? Just how in the world is any of this amusing? Well, please take your place. You've done this once, so now you know how it goes. Let's start. You're new to the death game. The second class trial. I'd say it feels any better than having done it once before as a lie. As Monaco said, it's our lives on the line. I'm afraid and nervous. We all are, but Kokoro would have been much more afraid and painful. It was the same with Yuri, but Kokoro was a lot closer to us. Not everyone, not just Emma is enraged. And if we don't find the culprit, we all die. We have to find out who did it. Time won't wait for us, and it's finally starting. Oh, the betrayal of life and death. The chief of life and death. The chief of life and death. The trust of life and death. Life or death. The class trial. Firstly, allow me to briefly explain the rules of this class trial. If you manage to correctly identify the Blacken, everyone except the Blacken will be probably, and the piercing to think we'd return to this place. But now that we're in here, let's get through this mess with everyone. Now then, begin your discussion. We're looking for the person who killed Kokoro. Everyone, there's something I need to tell you. Everyone, please don't ignore me. Mikado, you got some nerve to... Is my identity slowly fading out of existence? I've said this before, you can ignore me all you want in everyday life, but you have to listen to me during trial. Everyone do my fair share of investigating, and I would love to help solve the case with you guys. You got some nerve, eh? I agree that we need to listen to Mikado. It's not like Mikado would let us fail the class trial considering the stakes, and even a testimony from a person like him. Oh, what a woman you are, Sora! But more importantly, he could potentially be the Black End. And though he might be a worthless, no better than piece of shit scum, he might have found an important piece of evidence. You've broken my heart! Now that it's come to this, I'll show you my ultimate piece of evidence to restore your trust in me. Agreed. We couldn't completely ignore him, but we doubt we could be any help. Now back to the start. Why don't we go over the overall flow of what happened? Kokoro would have done so. Without Kokoro, we have nobody to rely on other than yourselves. We can do this for Kokoro. It's easier said than done. How should we do this? Let's talk about the situation just before discovering Kokoro's body. Summary of the case, just like last time. We don't have a clue on who's the culprit, so we should find the solution if we work together. Is there any differences? Okay, I don't know why they explained it again. Just the one bullet this time? So, we found the dead body around lunchtime. So Teruya and I went to her to bring her some lunch. So were Teruya and I, but there was no answer from Kokoro. And we became worried about her. Then I heard the commotion and joined you. So I called Monocro to open the door. And when I entered, Kokoro was found dead. That would mean that Kokoro died around lunchtime. Oh, gee, it's raining. No, Shinji, we can't be sure of that. Why not? If the body was found at the time, just because we found the body during lunchtime doesn't mean that Kokoro died around that time. Even the Monocro file says so. The time of death is unknown. Speaking of which, the Monocro file this time isn't very helpful. Probably because her body is frozen. Even professional police forces and doctors have a hard time determining the cause of death in frozen bodies. But if the time of death isn't a possibility, certainly a possibility, but it's probably really low. I guess this is what we talk about. Wait, do we really need to? The culprit is already clear as day. Who is it? Yoko Kabuya. Need I say more? Fucking again? But you're the one who gave Coco breakfast this morning, right? That's the only period of time when anyone... He certainly has a point. She was already dead by the Sora crew had arrived during lunchtime, so the mealtime right before it. But the food was still outside her room! Yeah, she's right. The whole point of me joining every visit was that nobody would try to kill Coco in her sick state. So that means you work with her. Well, there's no gain in becoming an accomplice, and Teruya's not a boy, so he wouldn't commit a murder in the first place. Are you sure about that? Sure, the chances of vote as well, but that's all. In the end, Mikado brought him here, right? I thought it was ridiculous to trust a stranger so naively like that. I'm a kidnapped victim who was brought here because of Mikado. Nikki, you want to talk, suddenly pushing others as the culprit. I say you're acting sus. You're sus. There are no periods of time for the murder if those two aren't together in it. There are no incentives for accomplices, but Monaco didn't outright deny the possibility. Yuriko, I know how you feel, but he does have a point. No, he doesn't! The door never opened! And you had one other person with you, right? Considering the order of people that visited Coco, it shouldn't be weird that Coco and Jerry are suspicious, but we need to talk more about it. It's Yoriko's account, right? Because she was with someone else, and the door never opened. Why are you accusing me? The only time the crime could have been committed is when you visited Coco. I'm with her, and she didn't do anything suspicious at all. Like Nikke said, there's the possibility that the two of you are accomplices. Coco ate all her meals until last night. And the body was found this lunch. So if something happened to Coco, it would have happened during the morning. But those two don't have alibis. What the f- Oh, it's a torrential downpour out there! Oh, baby! Wait, is the cat inside? Hold on, I need to make sure the cat's inside. I'll be right back. If we're talking about alibis, I have one, Nikke. Sora. Yuriko said it yourself. She went to the village right after when she practiced cooking. Yeah, we left the meal on her doorstep, and Yuriko went straight to the village. She said she was practicing cooking. Well, I did pass some people on my way there. I saw her. You were cooking stew, right? There are plenty of witnesses. If Yuriko went straight to the village afterward, there would be no time for her to commit the murder. Yuriko I can understand, but what about Teruya? He entered Coco's room every visit. There could have been plenty of chances for him to kill her. Coco said she'd open the door only when 2 or more people came to visit her. Thus, under normal circumstances, if anyone entered Coco's room to kill her, then we're dealing with more than one culprit. Now that Yuriko's alibi is confirmed, it would have been impossible for Teruya to kill Coco on her own. The theory of Yuriko and Coco being accomplices is proven. I think you're stupid, and I think you're the one who did it. That alone isn't going to solve the evidence in front of... As a reporter, it's my instinct to subdue with every suspicious detail. Let me show you my evidence. Refute me if you can. What the fuck? I'm not even doing anything! saw the state of the course, didn't you? It was frozen solid. How could you have done all that in such a short period of time? It would be impossible to do all that and leave for the village. This isn't going anywhere at all. Concentrate and think again. I can't give up. I can't give up here. Why is the button to shoot the things not working? You saw the state of the corpse, didn't you? It was frozen solid. How could you have done all that in such a short span of time? It'd be impossible to do like that and immediately leave for the village. Didn't someone say that? Why isn't it working? This is incapable of... I don't know why. It was frozen solid. How could you have done all that in such a short space of time? It is impossible to do that and immediately leave for the village. It sucks because I can't read his argument. If Yoko was capable of order, she'd have to immediately leave at the time and return to the village. There's evidence that she's... There is? Okay, we're still hanging on there. What the fuck? I can't fucking do anything. I don't know why it's not working. Oh! Okay. Okay, I'm getting better at this minigame. I don't know why sometimes the shooting just doesn't work. Actually, I'm gonna reload the game, so and yeah, that means we'll have to sit through a bunch of talk segments, but that's okay. How mature, a theory built on polls. The corpse, didn't you? It was frozen solid. How could you have ever done that in such a short span of time? It'd be impossible to do all that and immediately leave the village. There we go. I need my 100 points. No, Nikki, if you're saying that Yoko used liquid nitrogen to freeze Sora, that's wrong. If she really used that to freeze Kokoro, then there would have been some traces somewhere left in the room. The Kokoro's corpse was the only thing that was frozen, right, Setsuka? Yep, no traces mean that liquid nitrogen was probably never used. Maybe she could have frozen Kokoro in some other room before bringing her back in. That'd have taken a significant amount of time. Nikki's proposition is that the crime could have been done at a full time. If Yoriko, I suppose, was murderer taking the body like that, it wouldn't explain how she was able to arrive at the village that early. I know that from a time standpoint we're suspicious, but Nikke, are you being a bit too harsh? Hey, what's with that attitude? You got a problem, Nikke? Now, let's stop with the fighting. Now that our suspicions of Teriko and Yuriko is cleared, let's get back to the case. I wonder what the liquid nitrogen was used for. It wasn't used for freezing, but it was probably used by the culprit for something, right? Seeing how they left it in the room. No, that's probably a red herring. A red herring, but the drum bearer had a label reading liquid nitrogen on it. I'm saying that they probably just stuck that label onto an empty barrel. The label was not for carrying liquid nitrogen anyways. The angle of the label was suspicious as well. It's fucking going crazy out there, boy. Then how did Kokoro get frozen? It must be the Ice Woman's curse after all. There's no way a person would suddenly freeze. Of course it's not because of the curse. Why did Kokoro freeze? It's something that was definitely used to freeze her. FR, BI, Oh, it just shows me the answer. Okay. What is the question? Something that shows... I'm not sure. The fridge. It's probably the refrigerator. refrigerator. The culprit froze Coco with a refrigerator. Excluding the liquid nitrogen, the only thing we're left with is the refrigerator, but is there any proof that it was used? Proof the refrigerator was used to use Coco. Those traces will probably do that. I don't think that's right. I have to think again. Proof the refrigerator was used... Stained and bloody. Oh. The refrigerator divider in Coco's room was a bit odd. Perhaps because the culprit had taken the divider out to fit Coco in. Coco's quite small, so if they squeeze her just right, she'd definitely fit. Squeeze in! Watch your words! Not to mention, the refrigerator was set to instant freeze mode. You should definitely know that's enough to freeze a human being. Freezing some leftovers and a whole human are completely different. The monochrome says she's frozen to the point that her cells suffer from the explosive. That means the culprit left her in for a whole day. That means the culprit had to be dead since yesterday at lunchtime. Yuki, when you were with her, me and Teruya delivering Coco her meal, there was no answer, right? But the dinner was gone that night. That doesn't make sense. Maybe Ruko is lying? If your refrigerator theory is correct, it means Coco should have been inside the fridge last supper. If Yoriko is the culprit, Yoriko never visited Coco yesterday. She never had a chance to visit her room. Then who delivered the breakfast? Me, Aroha, and Teria. And you spoke to Kokoro. Yup, we chatted for a while. Kokoro even worked LOL on her iPad. It was such a lucky time. That means she was alive until then. Who was there for lunch? Me, Kanade, Shin, and Teria. And did you guys meet Kokoro? Of course, she complained about 4 people being too many. Zoro, can you give me a piece of paper from your sketchbook? So it's probably Emma, right? My money's on it being Emma. Emma or Yuki? Why did Yuki visit 4 times? Why did Yuki visit 4 different times? He's the only one who did that outside of Teria, who needed to visit every time. This is our result. Your drawing is adorable. I used that name the Taking Notes Master. Enough of the drawing. Let's just think about the flow of the case with this. If we think about this right, Coco didn't answer since yesterday night. That means something definitely happened then. That means a visitor right before then. Shinji, Teruya, and the twins all together are the culprit. I doubt those 4 people are the accomplices, yeah, especially since the one chances of there ever being one accomplice is close to 0. But according to Yuki, somebody must have killed Coco after lunch and before supper. It's impossible to enter Coco's room when it's now not mealtime. That's a rule she decided herself. And I saw her dinner disappear, so she should have been alive. But that doesn't give enough time to freeze Coco. I have no idea what we're talking about. That means nobody is capable of murder. If somebody killed Coco, they obviously needed to enter her room first. And if it wasn't during their visit, then it was suicide? I think the refrigerator is the root of that problem. Maybe the culprit didn't use the fridge at all. No, considering the liquid nitrogen, there's no other way the culprit could have frozen Coco, not at all. But if we could only enter during meantime, this truly is difficult. I knew it! It's the Ice Woman! Monaco, start the trial right now! This isn't a murder, it's the curse! End the class trial? I don't mind at all, but that means, I assume that means does the culprit even exist in the first place? Is there any clue pointing towards the culprit? Even a small... There is a culprit. This is a case where if you think about the method first, it becomes more difficult. How about we break this thought process by figuring out the culprit first? The evidence pointing towards the culprit. I'm sure you know it. I'll help you out. The dying message that Coco left on her bedside table. dry ice. I'm sure you know of it, Sora. I can't even read what you're saying. What am I supposed to agree with? The dying message, right?
それに先生です。
That's it, the dying messages. The dying message that Kokoro left. If we figure that out, we can find out who's the culprit. It's a hint that the killer left by the victim on their last thing, and he said there was a dying message left. Yes, the icicles made by the refrigerator. It looks like normal icicles, but there are letters written on them. Traces that seem to be someone's nail marks. F-O. The two of them are stuck together. Is one penetrating the others? F-stab-O. So what does this mean? A dying message should be more intuitive. It seems like some sort of code or something. It's very easy actually. I've already identified the culprit using this. And that I'm going to explain right now with this dying message. We're inclined to hear your explanation. Of course, if we first point out the culprit, then find out the trick they use, it'll be much easier. These icicles, there's exactly 8 of them, and on each of them F and O are written. 2 of them are stuck together. The penetrated icicle is different from the other. It has I instead of O. F stands for female. There are 8 icicles for 8 of us. O stands for others. Out of the 7, one of the 7 O's is penetrating I. You can interpret this message as one of the 7 girls killed me. So the culprit is a female. This alone doesn't pinpoint the culprit at all. All we can get from that is that the killer is a girl. Well, we can take this one step further to deduce the killer's identity as well. They all seem similar, but the I that penetrated the O icicle is extremely longer than the others. Keeping on the theory that the eyes represent the girls, the lengths are probably analogous to our heights. The tallest out of the girls was the killer. Setsuka? That's really dumb if that's who tells us what the culprit who the culprit is. Wait. You.
あなたです。
The tallest out of all the female students. Emma Magarobi, is it you? What? Well, that was quick. Okay, I said at the start it was either the actress or the reporter, right? But why make it so weird like that? Emma, the person who the dying message is pointed to has to be you. I don't know exactly, I just saw the dying message. If the tallest person out of the girls it has to be Emma. How could you? Sora, I'm trying my best to find the culprit who killed Kokoro. And you're saying that I'm the culprit? Even if you're joking, that's way too far. Rah-rah, regardless of the dying message, don't you think that's a bit... They're her best friend. She was the most upset after all of us. Yeah, personally, I feel like this is going too fast. Maybe our interpretation of the dying message was wrong. Are you all a bunch of idiots? My interpretation is as sound as can be. Once we assume that Emma is the culprit, all the mysteries will now make sense. Kanata, you're being mean to M. Sis, would you please just shut up? If you're not going to be useful, get out of the way. Eat, Kanata. It seems like Miss Kanata has already solved the case. It feels like just a delusion. Haha, delusion? Sora? You alone believe my reasoning, right? I believe you can figure out how Emma did it without my help. If you're lost, I can give you a hint. Emma's talent. Her talent... Oh, right! She said she can cry on demand. The Logic Craft is about to begin. The Logic Craft is a brand new minigame. When the minigame starts, block will right to the... You have to make sure to dodge these. Ascend by holding the Z... It's Flappy Bird! The shield gauge can withstand any wind that result in a retry. When all your power is extinguished, your health is reduced by 1. The damage varies by the color of the blocks. Sky blue blocks are laid on the top and bottom. If you touch these, you will also take 1 damage. A branch will appear. You have approximately 7 seconds to read the question and answer it. If the branch is correct, you'll receive the next stage. If it's wrong, you will restart. When selecting the branch, the aircraft does not descend, and you can freely move around. It's Flappy Bird! Go! Fuck! Go! Go, Sora! What the fuck? Oh, that is so annoying. Question 1. What is Emma Magaropi's ultimate talent? Ultimate actress. Does my shield gauge get replenished? Okay, it does. Good. Okay, my hitbox is a bit generous. My hitbox is a bit generous. It's this... What was that? I flew through those blocks. Well-programmed video game. Ouch. What does the ultimate actress do? Act? This is some Mario Maker picnic. Fuck. This song always went crazy. Fuck! What the fuck? The fucking Flappy Bird! If Emma's actress is the culprit, which of the following would be possible? Disguise as a... She disguised as Teruya! During one of the visits! She disguised as Teruya. No, but Teruya said she visited everyone. Emma's talent. With the talent of the ultimate actress, wouldn't it be possible for her to act as someone else? Affirmative reasoning was denied. She's not like the ultimate cosplayer. But what if the Kokoro we met was not the actual Kokoro? What if Emma was disguised as Kokoro and Kokoro was already dead? The Kokoro we met was actually Emma. Are you judging me because of my ultimate talent? Not only accusing me of murdering my friend, but also judging me because of my talent. I want to avenge Kokoro, so I try my best, but boo-hoo. I don't think Emma's the killer, Sora. Maybe Kanata made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake? I didn't know you were all at the same level as my sister. Disappointing. Let's be quiet, Hibiki. I told you that I solved this for you. Why do you keep being cocky? Useless Hibiki only has to hear me and rely on me. Aside from Kanata's intimidating face, I also believe it's unfair. We don't have any special reason to doubt her. No, I'll trust Kanata and Sora. I'll take their time too, because I got something sparkling after hearing that. Simmer down a little. The class trial is a sacred, honorable place for computing wisdom. Any conflict is to be solved with discussion. Mikado and Siobai? You're making me think we're on the wrong side here. Is it possible to disguise as Kokoro? Yeah, she's not like the ultimate cosplayer or some shit. I have no time to disguise. Weren't even with us for the whole 24 hours. If Emi's the killer, there's no need for such a big disguise. Kanade-san, if you hear all my reasoning, you understand why you had to disguise. The actual Kokoro we met is Kokoro without a doubt. Isn't it possible to act like somebody else? To act is her ultimate talent, isn't it? Ow. Coco and Emma have different heights. Isn't it impossible to... Coco didn't even get out of bed. We had no chance to check her height. That's why she didn't speak! Even so, this case isn't closed without a way to the dorm room. There may be another way to access the dorm room. We just haven't discovered it yet. Before the killer gets to speak, logically match the points with each other. And you weren't even with us the whole 24 hours. If Emi's the killer, there's no need for such a big disguise. If you hear my reasoning, then you understand why she had to disguise. The actual Kokoro, isn't it completely possible to act as someone else? To act is her ultimate talent, right? Even if she couldn't imitate the voice. Maida-san. Coco couldn't use her voice because of the disease. That's no problem. I got it. Chance to check her height. Even if so, this case is too close that our way to enter her room. Mikado-san. Oh, right, we need to press buttons. I forgot that the game did this. When I made a scrum debate in my thing in Rampa today, and... I love how Siobai just did not help at all. 90 points! And that is where we're going to call the stream for today. Or actually, no, I can go 20 more minutes. Wait, there's no end if we keep arguing like this. I never expected Sora would do this. So why don't we stop arguing? Then you realize the crocodile tears she's been doing. Okay, fine, let's assume that it would be possible for me to disguise as Kokoro. What does it matter? There must be some way for me to enter Kokoro's dorm room. You can say that again. Kokoro's dorm room can only be accessed by Kokoro herself. Whether disguised or not, nobody but Kokoro can open her dorm room. That's just what we talked about at the beginning. The biggest problem is the case of entering her room. Whatever the trick used, he or she had entered Kokoro's room before murdering her. There are only 3 cases for us to enter the room. We're going around in circles. What are you talking about, everyone? We definitely had the chance when we entered Kokoro's room without even asking for permission. Kanade seems to know something. I should listen to her more. And we definitely did. After our performance, when she fell out suddenly. At this time, she used her student handbook to open the door. Right, we used her fingerprints to open the door. But Kokoro was still alive at that moment. There's no point of entering the room. What if someone took her student handbook there in the middle of the commotion? left her room with the student handbook. Then she can enter the dorm freely without hindrance. And you're referring to me. Surely Kanade's works made sense. There must be evidence related to among... No, it goes to sleep after a while. I'm so mad it was Kokoro, dude. She was my second favorite. After Yorko. She was my second favorite, dude. I'm so pissed. It should have been... Why is Doug playing TF2? I will open TF2 page until I get an unusual. Good fucking luck with that. So I saw that on my side, and if someone is stealing the student handbook, unless the auto power thing goes, you need the system that automatically turns it off if no one touches it for a while. How about touching it constantly so that the power does not turn off? That is impossible. You can manipulate other people's students' handbook. While the power system is active, it shares the same recognition algorithm. It only reacts to the owner's fingerprint. In other words, the handbook would go off unless Coco was holding it. Kanade, your reasoning doesn't make sense. Can I ask everyone here one quick question? Iroha has constantly consisted that this case is because of the curse of the Snow Girl, right? Why would you believe such a thing in the first place? Because the Snow Girl is known to freeze her hands and take off her hands and feet, and Coco died in the exact same way. Coco seemed to be killed in the same way. Well, anybody but Iroha wouldn't be dumb enough to believe in that curse. If it's not the curse, then why did the killer choose such a cumbersome method of murder? No, Kabuki, this is obviously a copycat crime, and the killer had reason to do this. It means the case imitates another one in the past. But this time, she's saying that her case had imitated the legend of the Yukioma. A cover to conceal the trick of the locked room murder. Koko's own student handbook recognizes nothing but her fingerprints. It'd be turned off even if the other person keeps on touching it. Then what if the killer had Kokoro's fingerprints? If they had the hand! The cause of death was cutting off the hand! That's why they needed to cut off the hand to commit the murder! That's why they cut off the hand! Cut them off, you mean? The killer cut off both of Kokoro's hands because she needed her fingerprints. The elements of the Yukione curse was just a cover-up. The true intention was the fingerprint. That means the killer carried around a severed hand. But how do you do that? It's not only a matter of hiding it. You could cut off the hand and then just cut off the finger. And another thing is, the killer needed to cut off, didn't need to cut off the feet. She didn't need to cut off all their hands and feet. As Yoriko pointed out, she only needed a fingerprint. Then why did she cut them all off? Because if one finger had been cut, it would be obvious that it was just for the fingerprint. So the killer could have only had the fingerprint and cut the rest at a later date. Just a guess. There's no evidence, and not enough reason to do such a troublesome task with such a fingerprint. By the time we discovered Kokoro's body, it was just beginning to melt to bleed, but there was a dry blood stain on the bed. The dry blood stain was by cutting off the fingertip at the beginning. The imitation of the legend was just for show. The second island had a great motif of the Yukiona's tale, so she used that to divert our attention. Pretty well done, wouldn't you say? Does that solve the trouble of how she entered the door room? It certainly explained how Emma entered the Kokoro's dorm disguised as her. And most surprisingly, the one who came out last during the performance. when we brought Kokoro back to her room was Emma. Oh! If she was the last person remaining in the room, she could have stolen the handbook without being noticed by anyone else. This is just as Kanade was expected. By spotting the killer and tracing the case back from information with the killer, we could see what we were missing. Combining the reasoning just came out, and what we revealed at first, the killer used the foregoing way to bring out Kokoro's student handbook. After everyone went to bed, she came back to Kokoro's room before the power went off. Perhaps that is when the real and fake Kokoro switched. And then she cut Kokoro's finger off and locked her in the refrigerator. That's it to the room and the alibi problem. Isn't it strange? I thought losing the handbook was a violation of the school rules. She should have been punished. This is theft, not a loss, and the school rules tend to make an exception for murder. Monaco said that when we opened the door to Kokoro's room. Well, I do believe we're a bit too late on that. For further reference purposes, let me just say it's allowed to break down the door in dire situations. The rules are strict, but it shall be forgiven if to break them, in which case a murder. Well, since you did go out of the way to call me, I'll open the door this time. Speaking of the school rules, in fact, there's another rule the killer violated for this case. The vandalism, right? The day after the performance, you saw the broken Yuki-onna statue doing your morning job. We talked about the vandalism at the time, too. The fact that no one was punished was, yes, it was part of the trick. To complete the plausibility, you destroyed the statue to make it seem that it awoke. That's one of the reasons, but the true purpose is different. You all know now, the essence of this case is the color disguise. You can cover skin color using makeup, and the clothes are wearing Kokoro's, but what about the hair? The wig! How'd she make that hair? Eh? Maybe it's because of that piece of evidence. The dressing room. She took a wig from the dressing room inside. That's right. Of course, there are so many kinds of wigs at the dressing room, but there wasn't one that represents her hair. Do you remember the costume party we held? Do you remember who took over hairdressing at that time? But what does the wig have to do with the broken Yuki-onna statue? The connection between the wig and the broken Yuki-onna statue, maybe it's because of that. The list? That's just a guess. Maybe it's because of the proc list. I saw that too. It's a list that contains the amount of stock. A list that tells us which wig or clothes amounts to how much. If the killer had taken out the wig to disguise it as Kokoro, then the dressing room would have a wig missing from the list. To cover that, she destroyed the statue and took the hair part to fill up the inventory. Oh, the hair of the statue! What, nobody would notice one wig missing. Hiding the disguise was most important for the killer, so she might have been able to concern about such a thing. Indeed, the meticulousness was not in vain. Among us, there was one who memorized and checked the list every single day. Who's the pervert? Sorry, it's me. I don't remember very well, but I feel like I made a mistake by not doing such a thing in the past, so... Well, it was a previous work habit, too. I can't bear without knowing the exact quantities of the stock. Even though Teruya checked it every day, we didn't notice that the wig had disappeared. You can say that the killer had been too grandiose. But if the stock had not been filled, Teruya must have noticed the loss, so the killer had the advantage. One of the wigs in the dressing room had pieces of the destroyed statue on it. The inference started from there. Still, we never would have come up with the disguise idea if it weren't for Kanade's help. No, I was able to do this because I looked outside of the box. Well, it seems the identity of the killer is being revealed. Emma, if you really are the killer, confess now. I don't want to argue anymore. Are you that eager to accuse me of being the killer? You've ruined my friendship with Kokoro, my talent, and everything else. And you still haven't had enough. Hey, after hearing all that, I can't believe those fake tears. She truly deserves the name of Ultimate Actress. If we vote an innocent as the killer, everyone but the killer dies. If you have a death wish, so be it. I'm not the killer. All of you are being tricked by Kanade's verbose yet wrong reasoning. If you pick me, then we will all die, and the real killer is laughing among us. Let me stop that disgusting act. All the evidence incriminates you. Sorry, you said so, right? If Kokoro hadn't have died, maybe, thanks to me talking to her, she wouldn't have joined us. I wanted to be your friend no matter what, meaning if I get slain here while I'm innocent, I won't be able to face Kokoro in the afterlife. This is our chance. I'll contradict your reasoning. I want you to be quiet. let me point out the falsehoods. I've just got to find one. One minor flaw in your reasoning. With that minor flaw will change your innocence. I hope that can change your mind. So you're saying that the killer came from the agenda. Oh, right, you can't read. You did have a lot to do. Is it really impossible for Emma to commit the crime? There must be... It moves so fast that... It moves so fucking fast! I think I broke it. Oh, having it equipped. Okay. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay. It's fine. I'm not reloading. I can't even read your fucking argument. Fuck, I missed! $35? Alright, and that's gonna be where I end the stream for today. Tomorrow, we will finish this trial. Or not tomorrow, and not Wednesday either, because I'm gonna be busy Wednesday. So, Thursday, we will continue this. Alright. That's gonna be it for the stream. We're gonna go raid via Moon, playing some Valorant. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!